Welcome back, guys. So as per our previous video, we have already finished the basic idea of the window tab modules. So from today's lecture, we will discuss about the new window tab test cases. So I will tell you about test cases, introductory part of it. Before that, let's start a fresh creation of module, and then we will pull it to test case or map it to test case. I will show you how to do it. So before that, let's do it. What I will do, I will create module for login page, and then we will go from there. So firstly we will do it. So as you know, we have to firstly change the display setting to 100% as a prerequisite. After that, we have to go back to our Google video, in Google, and type the web shop given by Tricentis. Here we will come to the login page, and what we will do, we will create a login module for the web shop using email, password, remember me, forgot password, and login. So this will be the one basic module for us to create. So let's begin. So we'll come to this here and right click on exercise 3 and scan the application. So our application is web shop. So once the agent of XScan will start, we will click on the application web shop and scan it. So our XScan is in advanced view, so we will convert it to basic view, and then we will start selecting it. The web elements, we will start with email. Email came in the left hand side of the XScan basic view, then the password, then remember me, then the forgot password, then the login. Correct. So these are the web elements we have to use for first module mapping with the test cases. So we will save it. Before that, we will change it to web shop login page. We will change it here and we will save it. Okay, once we will save it, we will come here and close it. So we have closed it, and if you will see in the folder, the web shop login page is created. If you will come down here, you can see it is created and all the elements are available here. Now what we will do, we will pull this test case to here. Okay, if you will this panel, we will pull it here so that it will create a separate test case window. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. So if you will see, you can see test case is in this particular pan, and here is other, all the window tab is available. Now if you will see, you can see the properties. If you will click on this, you can see the properties of the folder login page. You can move it from here and you can hide it. Similarly, if you will click, you can select the window tab from here as well. Like suppose requirement, it will go to requirement. Module, it will go to module again. So these are the short tricks we have. Now let's discuss about test cases. So in this particular video, we will see two things. One is how to navigate around the test case section, and other is create a folder structure for test case creation. Okay, so as you know, creating a base folder and follow a particular kind of test case folder structure is very important when you are working in multi-user environment, so that your team can understand the details of the test cases related to the respected modules and the business requirement. So when you start a project, in initial days only, the whole team will discuss and finalize a proper structure which need to be followed by everyone in the multi-user environment. So that need to be finalized first. So suppose this is our web shop login page, and we will drag it from here and move it to in work. And leave it here. Okay, so I think some issues came. Let me drag it again in work. So if you will see, I have leaved it in work, and a new test case is created. If you will click on the drop down, you can see the web shop login is here, and if you will click on it, you can see all the web elements which we selected in the modules. So if you will hover your cursor on this one, you can see this circle symbol is something else, and this particular symbol is something else. So let's understand what are they. Okay, so if you will click on in work folder and right click on it, you can see different kind of symbols available here. Now suppose this is the one. What it's saying, it is saying create test case. Okay, so this particular symbol is related to creating a test case. So suppose I will create a test case, say web shop login test case 1. So this is my first test case. So if you will see, if you will compare it with this one, so this is also a symbol of test case. So this is our test case. So we have created a test case here. Now if you will right click here, you can see another symbol is available here. What it is? Create manual test step. So if you will click on it, as a sub part it came, you can write down web shop login test step 1. So if you will compare this, you will find this and this is same. Okay, that means this is symbol is related to test step and this is related to test case. Okay, now as I discussed, we need to follow a particular kind of base structure. So we can follow in this way, like right click on test step and create a new folder. So select like where is folder, create duplicate after this. Okay, this is for duplicate, and if you will select here, you can find in test step the folder name. Okay, so create a folder and let's say it's pre-test condition. So in this particular folder we will write all our pre-test condition or the prerequisite required, like
URL to launch the application, login credential to log in the application, and any data required. So those will come in pre-test condition. Now suppose you have to rewrite a test case, so you can write like steps to recreate. So this is our second folder which we created. Here we will write all the steps required to navigate to the proper scenario as per the business requirement. Now we have pre-test conditions, step to recreate, and if we will go to the test case and open the folder, one more folder we will create, it will be post condition. Here we will write the expected outcome, and if anything else is required, like after navigation to the last page and we reach to the expected outcome, we have to log out or go back to the URL again. So whatever the post condition is there, you have to follow. Now after all these things, if you will see, we have work states. So we need to follow a work state as well, because we are working in a multi-user environment. So in case I have created anything and if work state is not assigned by me, the other person who will try to see or work on the particular details of test case, he will not be able to understand the state of the test case, which is what is work state of that particular test case. So if you will click on the drop down, this is, suppose this one is ours. So if you will click, there are three work state: planned, in work, completed. So planned is one we have already decided that we need to create a test case for login page related to the respected module. So that is in planned way, or it is already planned and we have initiated it. Okay, and once it will start, we will start working on it, it will come under in work, and once everything will be done, we will change it to completed. So these are three steps we have to follow in work state. And if you do not find the work state here, you can simply choose it from the column chooser. Like you can come to your column chooser and select whatever you want, either double click or drag it to this column header, and you will get all the things which is required. So if we will discuss what is test cases, so test cases is nothing but elements containing sequence information, or we can say containing the information of a path taken through an application. In other words, we can say that test cases are blueprint of navigation steps of application as per the requirement. So as I showed you the structure of the planned folders of the test cases, we will write pre-test cases, conditions, steps, and post. All those things will come under test cases. In TOSCA, test cases are built from the modules, as I showed it here, dragging it to test case and creating the web shop login. And if you will see here, you can see everything is here. Okay, let me remove this one because it is duplicate. So everything is here, correct? Every module's web element selected in the module is mapped here in the test case. Modules will provide the test case with technical information. Okay, so if you will see, here are the properties given, and if you will see, the properties are given here, so we will discuss about them in our further lectures. So in that way we can get the technical information as well. Okay, in TOSCA, test cases are built from the modules you created in the module section, correct? And we will get a technical information from it. So if you will try to understand module and test case in a nutshell, you can say that modules relates technical information and test case relate business information. So test case is nothing but determining the business requirement of your application. So this is how we will deal. So always remember, naming convention and base folder structure of test case is very important. Okay, so this is what we will see how to progress in test case part in our further lectures. So for now, let's close this particular video with this very beginning information. Thank you guys.